now, I want to share. And it was a really cool experience. I was guided to go to Adrian, which is a place that I never would have traveled to. Oh my God, I'm having such deja vu as I'm sharing this right now. Very weird. Okay. So, anyways, Adrian, never would have gone to Adrian, this place. In Michigan, like for any other reason. It's a small college town, and it's a place that I didn't have really any business or anything like that. But what happened was I was doing a summer retreat facilitating plant medicine over the summer in Michigan, and I was doing various sessions in different areas around Ann Arbor and Ypsilanti. And so I heard a message um, to be in Adrian, Michigan on a specific night. And, I've learned by now just to trust these things. I don't understand why. And so, the time rolled around. I ended up renting an Airbnb. And again, it's very kind of small town. I think there is a college there, like really small college. And I'm not, knocking Adrian. It seems like a really cool, special, beautiful little town, but just not a place that I had a reason to go to. So I go there, I rent a house, or an Airbnb, and I'm feeling like these really cool, interesting vibes. Feeling strong lady in energy. I see a rainbow when I get there. I take a little video kind of my demeanor moving into that space and going into it, and kind of excitement but nervous, and like in complete wonder of, okay, what is going to happen? Why am I being called here? Why do I have to be here, at this specific place, this specific time? This was in July 2024, this past summer. And so anyways, I was like, all of these thoughts were going through my head. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to go up in a spaceship. It's going to be so cool. Like I'm gonna like float out of the house and like float up to the spaceship. And the ideas were just like pouring through like what it could possibly be, and super excited. So anyway, I start to get tired, and it's like not that late, I think around 11 or something like that. And I laid down, and I remember looking at the clock. And then the next thing I know, I open my eyes and I can see like sunlight starting to come through the window. And it's like five something in the morning. And um, and I'm like, okay, what the heck? Like it felt like 5 minutes had gone by. And um and I was like, just like, at first I was a little bit stunned, like what happened? Why did I have to be here, in this specific time? Like, why don't I remember this thing? And as soon as I that question, this um this memory came flooding to me. And I was on a ship, but it was just done through a different way, like not a physical, like where I'm like, walking off somewhere and going onto the ship. It's called, or what they called it was, remote intelligence. They said it was an act of the divine. So maybe there must have been some kind of permission on some level to do this. The vision that I had was I could remember being greeted by, this was Pleiadian energy, so kind of like Nordic looking being with like a white outfit. I remember the ship, it was circular in the part that I first remember entering. I don't remember how I got on. I just remember like being on it and just being greeted just by one being, humanoid. Um, and the circular part was kind of like white. Um, I want to say like maybe metallic, but it was like a bluish, had some like bluish colors, And then the interesting part was then I was guided down this corridor, and then there was a larger part of the circle, and I kept hearing original blueprint. And so like later I was pondering that, and I was like a original design of the ship, or do you mean like my original blueprint and doing work on that? And so what I found out though was well, I never received that clarification, but what I did find out is that um, there was treatment done on my heart, and I do know that I was on some kind of table, received some medical type treatment, again remote intelligence, like highly advanced technology than what we do here on Earth. Even though some of us have some of these things that we can do somehow, that we're learning how to activate. And so the healing that was done was on my artery and some smaller chambers. And the really cool thing is when I have these experiences, it's like sometimes I have to even like check into it and um, and look it up because I don't even know what everything means. Like, for instance, when I shared, I think it was a week or two ago, whenever it was, I don't know, time's a blur, the information, or I'm sorry, the experience that was done to the vagus nerve and digestion and pulse and heart. So there was work done in my heart. Um, and there was a message that came through with that I would only remember a fraction of experience, and that was just so I can go on to do um just to do whatever my human job or my human gig was, and that a lot of the information would be suppressed. So I don't know if you've ever had an experience like that, but like maybe a QHHT session could help if you think that you have, or even meditating on it, because some of the information will come through at the right time, but some of it is meant to be veiled for whatever reason. Um, and I mean, well, not just whatever reason, like usually just because we have to, go on and do the rest of what we're meant to do on our path. And so we all have different roles in that space. Um, and I did receive some kind of medicine, and I don't know how to describe like what that was. But that was also for heart and lungs, actually, specifically. And so another part of there's a couple other interesting things. Like I remember they were kind of explaining like how like I want to call it a wormhole, but they didn't actually use the term wormhole, but kind of explaining like how you can come back from the future, like to certain timelines to kind of alter, and in good ways. And so that was part of it. And then the final part was um, I wanted to go home. I wanted to I wanted to stay. It's like very similar to when people get a near death experience and they feel, that unconditional love, they feel home. Um, you know, really just the similar things that happened when I had an awakening experience. And other people have experiences too, like both with near death and awakening experience on Earth. So anyways, apparently I was like saying that like when I was having this experience. I don't remember it, but they showed me this later. I wanted to go home, and they said, "No, I can't. I have to stay. I have more work to do here." So I needed to enjoy it, which is funny because I thought I had sort of, gotten past that. And of course I mentor people on that, and try to bring in the importance of bringing your home frequency to earth and into the physical body, and that we can experience those same feelings here. And there's a lot more coming that's involved in that. And so, you know, being here is actually a gift. And there's so much more really cool and fascinating things coming. It's hard to believe sometimes because of all the the work and the challenges to get through. But yeah, there's a lot of joy in it. So it's a mixed bag that's going to only get better, right? It's like kind of like if you have a mixed bag of like some kind of candies and you only want the red ones out or something like that. And, you know, maybe you are sharing them or having them and saving the best for last. And like that's all there is left, just those good ones. And that's what it kind of feels like. That was a terrible analogy, but that's just what came. And like I said, I'm having like such deja vu. So I feel like I totally already shared this. Maybe it's because I shared it with some of you privately in groups. Maybe it's that previous recording. Maybe it's just because time's wonky. I don't fucking know. But, anyways, was called to share this again for some reason. Maybe somebody else was meant to see this. And just as I always do, wanted to very quickly just check in, see if there's anything else that you want to share. Okay. Yes, right away. I'll just tell you. Um, what they're telling me is that the reason why they wanted this to come through again is because this has happened to other people and the same kind of similar situation about the memories being suppressed to intentionally play, your role. And that's about to change for many people in big ways. And we've kind of been talking about that. And so, um, they just don't want you to be, shocked or afraid. I think this will be very welcomed, but just to know that some of these memories are going to start popping up, and it will remind you why you are here. But it's important to know because of that feeling of love is so 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 strong, and you want to be there. It's important just to honor that, even though that feeling's present, to bring that bring that here to earth, because that's what we are supposed to do, and just kind of share and spread that love and raise frequency in all of the different beautiful ways that you guys are doing. So just wanted to share that, and that is all. Much love. Happy holidays.